Hello everybody, I'm going to talk to you about this four-year project called Step Up. This is a UKRI funded project which is a regional focus between Imperial and 3 other universities in London. 2 of the other universities are big research intensive universities, and the 4th is very deliberately a non-research intensive university, so we can get a sense for how all of this work is very different, or not, at a very different university. It's all focused around this idea of a digital research technical professional, which is a term that UKRI came up with fairly recently, which they've built on the concept of what they call a research technical professional, an RTP, which is a technician. I'm sure you're aware of the technician's commitment work that's being done. And so this is part of a raft of work that's being done across the country to try and get the funders, UKRI are leading the way, to think about this awkward group of jobs at universities that are not academic and are not professional services, but are somewhere in the middle and have a huge technical component, and we don't fit. Or at least it depends on how your university handles it. And there's also a huge amount of variability in how these roles work across a university. You might be embedded within a research group or in a department or in a faculty or in a central team. You might have any number of hundreds of different job titles. You may or may not know that you are a research software engineer or a data steward, or you might just be a postdoc, and you probably haven't heard of the DRTP term. So I'm not sure how helpful this umbrella term is going to be. It may end up being something we use to talk to UKRI, but in fact, when we're talking amongst ourselves, it makes more sense to use the terminology that we're more comfortable with and build things that make sense to us, rather than trying to build something that's deliberately right across everybody all the time, because it may not fit, may not be sensible. So this is what we have money for. We have money for events. We have money for a number of different career development ideas. So we will be running a champions program, a mentoring program, a secondment program. And we will also be doing a certain amount of advocacy. And we will also be developing training, which doesn't already exist, and also there's money for delivering training, so to increase the capacity that the system has to deliver training. And we're particularly thinking about the training in terms of not just basic, but also intermediate and advanced training, allowing for the fact that advanced training is often a secondment, right? Because you've run out of courses. Right, so the PI is Jeremy, who's sitting over there, and I'm Isabella, and I would love to talk to you about any of these ideas, how you think it might work, any training ideas you've got, and if you've already identified someone you'd like to go and do a secondment with, whether you'd like to be a mentor, that sort of thing. It would be great to hear more from the community about what would work for you. Thank you.